What stupid myth do too many people believe? That if you put a frog in tepid water and slowly raise the temperature, the frog won't try to escape and save itself when the temp gets too high. Great for illustrating certain points, but completely untrue. That goldfish are meant to live in bowls. The average goldfish gets about 14 inches long in proper conditions, and because they're such sturdy animals they generate ammonia like you wouldn't believe. They need heavy proper filtration. Yes, you should have 20 gallons per goldfish. That means 2 goldfish go into a filtered 40-gallon tank. No, an air pump is not a filter. No, a plant is not a filter. No, you cannot put other tropical fish with your goldfish, because goldfish require lower temperatures 65 degrees Fahrenheit while tropical fish require higher temperatures 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Goldfish can live up to 25 years. Putting them in a bowl means you are stunting their growth, but not the growth of their inner organs. They stay 2 inches while their organs keep growing inside of them, which is why they die in 2 years, instead of living to be 25 years old, and over a foot long. That turned more into a rant than anything, but oh well. PSA brought to you by a humble aquatics associate at a pet store. Edit. Thank you for the silver and the hand reward thingy and the penguin. That's so cute. Edit too, because this got upvoted. I would like to add, please do not release your goldfish into public wild ponds, rivers or lakes. They're super dirty animals, and doing this is terrible for the environment. If you cannot take care of your goldfish, or can't afford to upgrade your tank, please relinquish them to your local pet or aquatics store. They will be more than happy to rehome them safely. 3. Goldfish have short-term memory. Actually, goldfish can remember things up to a year. Fire sprinklers. They don't all go off by pulling a fire alarm, they're individually heat-activated. Bermuda Triangle. For any given same-size sea area there is statistically the same amount of missing ships and planes that it takes 7 years to digest gum if you swallow it. Spot reduction of fat. People think that doing sit-ups will burn fat around your belly area. You can suck venom out of a snake bite. Napoleon was short. He wasn't. He was 5 feet 7 inches, which was normal for the man of his time. Too many people believe that porcupines can shoot their quills when they actually have to jab you with their quills. It's illegal to turn on lights in your car. You won't get in trouble if you tell the truth. Edit. Yes, I know that morally, this is not the good option. But if you are in a sticky situation, and I bet you once did, you probably lied. If birds eat rice their stomachs explode. This was started by the church because people were slipping on the rice and getting hurt. Edit. When I say the church I meant local churches, not some shadowy evil organization, so everyone relax. The closest thing I can find to the original spread is an advice column by Onlanders that human beings only use 10 of their brain. The McDonald's hot coffee case. People think this lady Stella decided, I'm too stupid to realize coffee is hot. I'll drive really fast while it's in my lap, then spilled it on herself and sued McDonald's for shit ton of money. Now, what actually happened? Stella went to McDonald's with her grandson and got coffee. When her grandson was driving, it spilled. Stella accepted full responsibility for the spill, but the coffee was dangerously hot. So hot that Stella suffered third-degree burns all over her legs. So she originally asked McDonald's to pay her medical bills, which were extremely low for a giant corporation like McDonald's. But McDonald's barely offered her anything, even though they were the ones at fault, as their coffee was dangerously hot and they had received a lot of complaints about this, over 750 in fact. Anyway, Stella, since McDonald's refused to give her the money she needed, was forced to go to court. She won, and McDonald's was fined 2 days' coffee sales. The reason people believe this myth? Because McDonald's lawyers are really good at their jobs. They covered up the incident by making up and spreading this frivolous lawsuit story. Edit. As you Duke Chetta and you Vampy Bay have pointed out, the car was actually parked when the spill happened and Stella's grandson was in the driver's seat. No one was actually driving the car. Edit. Several of you have pointed out that the coffee also fused together her labia and caused third-degree burns on her genitals in addition to her legs. This just further shows how dangerous the extremely high heat of the coffee was. Although nobody is going to scroll this far, there's actually a Wikipedia article just for this list of common misconceptions. My arm's not broken, it's only fractured. It's the same thing. Source: I'm an X-ray tech. That blood is blue in your veins but turns red when exposed to the air. Total bullshit. Blood is always red, it just goes from dark crimson to bright, almost pink depending on how much oxygen is present in your blood. The blue color of your veins is just the color of the vein tissue, because of how light shifts as it passes through the skin. If someone persists, ask them what color the blood is when they have it drawn, because it's not in contact with the air. Hint: it's red. Edit. Corrected statement regarding where the blue is coming from. In any event, the blood inside the arteries and veins is red. Shaving makes your hair grow back thicker. You don't need to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. If you sincerely think someone is missing, then report it. The faster that a missing person report is filed, the better chance there is that the person will be is especially crucial when it comes to missing children. Snakes will chase you and bite you, opossums have rabies, pigs are dirty. There's tons of misinformation about animals. People think that if you ask an undercover cop is there an undercover cop, they have to tell the truth. An undercover cop does not have to reveal that they are a cop, even if the person asks. Despite what many people think, Albert Einstein never failed math. The confusion likely comes from the grading system, but this myth has been around for a long time and used by people as a sort of motivation. When he was shown a clipping from Ripley's Believe It or Not, where that myth originated, he responded, "I never failed in mathematics. Before I was 15 I had mastered differential and integral calculus source, 28804, 193, 67311193, 67431193, 6758, higher octane fuel is better for your car. Unless it was designed for it there is literally zero benefit." I knew a lot of young adults who thought man had one less rib than women. Detoxes work. Your liver and kidneys do this for you. There is absolutely no causative link between aspartame and cancer. In fact, there's more of a link between refined sugar and cancer. White teeth. Most of the people believe that teeth should be pure white naturally but they should be little yellow, but I don't know if this is really true. That cats should drink saucers of milk. Cats are lactose intolerant. I told my dad this and he was like, "Cartoons? Yeah, no, animal cartoons are probably fiction. That ostriches bury their heads in sand. They don't. That Marilyn Manson got ribs removed so he could give himself head. That everything will magically turn out okay. I know a guy that makes about $11 an hour and has 3 kids. He turns down better paying jobs, doesn't plan for the future at all. Always had a big list of material things that he wanted out of life, has done nothing to make it happen. That black cats are bad luck. It's really unfortunate to see how many black cats are neglected at shelters just because of a myth. If you earn more and it pushes you into the next tax bracket, you can end up making less money. That redheads steal people's souls. As a redhead, I can confirm that I only borrow them. That sugar makes you act a fool. How many kids out here bouncing off the walls because of the placebo effect? That companies value your hard work when you consistently go above and beyond. If you put in 100 effort all the time, congrats, that's your baseline. Edit: to clarify, I'm not saying be lazy or that hard work does not lead to better opportunities advancement. All I'm saying is that more often than not, being the biggest contributor means you're more likely to be taken advantage of. I've worked in startups, agencies, and corporate 9-to-5s and there is always somebody overworked and overstressed because people know he/she will get the job done. Rant. A lot of our bad female anatomy out there, but the most dangerous one is that supposedly women only pop the cherry because of sex. If a hymen is still intact, they think it must mean they're a virgin. There's more than one kind of hymen, first of all. Second, they can break for lots of different reasons. They can also just wear away. It's a thin little membrane. It doesn't take aggressive penis force to tear it. I could go on, but you get the gist. Vaccines cause autism. That doctor was paid off by an anti-vax group to falsify the study and lost his license shortly after publishing. That study is not accurate at all and a huge insult to autistic children. That toads give you warts. Totally not true at all. That I'm younger, older than you so I wouldn't understand. That you catch a cold because of the cold. The cold is a virus. You catch it if you get in contact with the virus. That the world owes you because you are a nice person. That people in the past got married and had children in their early teens. Historically speaking, most girls wouldn't enter puberty until the mid to late teens. For example, in 1850s Britain, the average girl started puberty at 16. In Norway during the same period, the average age of puberty onset was 18. Even outside of that biological requirement, there was almost always an economic side to marriage and childbirth as well. For much of recorded history, most people got married and had children in their late teens or even the early to mid-20s. It has to be my least favorite historical myth, right up there with medieval people didn't drink water. It's ignorance of biology at best, and an attempted excuse for child molestation at worst. Literally anything you've heard about betta fish. No, bettas do not live in puddles or like dirty water. Bettas are only found in mud puddles because they have a knack for surviving some shitty conditions during droughts, and actually live in shallow streams, ponds, and rice flats. Betta fish also do not like small spaces. The smallest tank I would put a betta in is a 3-gallon filtered and heated tank with plants for the fish to hide and sleep in. On this note, the myth that fish are easy pets is 100% bullshit. Bettas are considered the easiest, but you have no idea how much I stress over the well-being of my 3 bettas in their tanks. Lamau fish bowls are also animal abuse, and if you have one, I would strongly recommend to do some research and get your fish into a proper setup. Max can't get malware or viruses. I live in South Korea, and way too many people believe that if you sleep with the fan on, you will die. Something about air circulation leaving pockets with no air. That nuclear power is negative for the environment, climate, or unsafe. It is the safest energy source we have, on par with the very best for life cycle CO2 emissions, zero during operation, obviously. And no, the waste isn't a big problem. It can be stored as in Finland, or reused. Fact is that we need nuclear as part of the solution to climate change. People need to realize this, for politicians to start doing something about it. That Newports have fiberglass inside their filters. That giving your money to a preacher to recover from illness actually works. That you have to wait an hour after eating to swim. That old people are smarter just for being old. Garlic can be used as flea prevention in dogs. That the earth is flat. You only use insert percentage of your brain. Eating carrots make your eyesight better. That was started by the RAF during World War II. Every MLM pitch ever. That being a mother automatically makes you a medical doctor, professional therapist, and all-around better person because you have children. Edit my first award ever. Thank you so much, kind internet friend. Edit to Wogold. Who would have known a strong loathing of Karen-style parenting would bring me such wealth? Thanks, internet friends. Antibiotics can cure or help against a viral infection. Leaving a fan on while you sleep will kill you. Natural means healthy and chemicals are harmful. These irresponsible advertising are getting out of hand. That you eat 6 spiders a year in your sleep. It's actually 6 a night and they crawl up your butt instead. That their race is superior. That because wrestling is predetermined everything is fake and they never get hurt.